Eastern on CNN.
I'm Andrea Zinga at CNN Center in Atlanta. Style with Elsa Klensch is next, but first here's a look at our top stories. Relatives of the victims of TWA Flight 800 got their first look at the wreckage of the 747. They toured hangars in Calverton, New York, where parts of the plane have been reconstructed. Many family members praised investigators looking for the cause of the crash, but some criticized TWA for what they claimed was a lack of financial support for the victims' families. In other aviation news, the Federal Aviation Administration is ordering airlines to regularly check fuel pumps on Boeing 747 and 757 jetliners. There have been 8 reports that fuel pumps were leaking, including one case that sparked a fire aboard a grounded airplane. There's nothing to suggest the order is related to the explosion of TWA Flight 800. Boeing has delivered more than 1,000 of the 747 jumbo jets and more than 700 of the smaller twin-engine 757s. President Clinton will head to Capitol Hill this week to defend his new budget. Republicans are already criticizing the proposal, but they say they are willing to work for a compromise. During his visit to Congress, President Clinton is also expected to talk about balancing the budget. He's against a balanced budget amendment, but Republicans claim that is the only way.
We've had a budget that hasn't been balanced for the last 29 years. We've been talking about it, but we've done a poor job of doing it. And I think it's time that we put our money where our mouth is and pass the balanced budget amendment now, and over 80% of the American people want it.
There's disagreement even among those who want a balanced budget amendment as to the form it will take. I myself come down on the side of the Nobel laureates and the economists who say that we do not have to rewrite the Constitution in order to balance the budget. Witness the budget that the President has just sent over, which has us in balance in 5 years.
For the complete interview with Nancy Pelosi and J.C. Watts, tune into CNN's Inside Politics Weekend, Sunday morning at 10:30 Eastern. Leaders of the National Rifle Association took verbal potshots at each other outside Washington today. It's a sign of the internal power struggle that could change the direction of one of America's strongest lobbying groups. Emotional arguments erupted at a board meeting over a move to change bylaws that would make it easier to oust NRA leaders. The clash postponed the vote and the meeting until tomorrow. NRA membership has dropped sharply since 1995. A troublesome power generator is threatening NASA's plans to launch the Space Shuttle Discovery. NASA officials say they won't know until Monday if one of the spaceship's electricity-generating fuel cells is working properly. NASA plans to launch Discovery Tuesday on a mission to install new scientific instruments in the Hubble telescope. It's the first mission to the telescope since its vision was repaired in 1993. CNN plans live coverage of the scheduled launch of Discovery Tuesday at 3:55 a.m. Eastern. I'm Andrea Zinga at CNN Center in Atlanta. Style with Elsa Klensch is next on CNN.
This is Style, and I'm Elsa Klensch reporting on Fashion's Oscars from New York. A night when the Council of Fashion Designers of America recognizes outstanding achievement in design. As President Stan Herman said, this week, the CFDA Awards was the place to be.
We sold out this dinner before we sent an invitation out. That's outrageous.
3,500 people crowded into the New York State Theater at Lincoln Center for the presentation. They came from the worlds of politics, entertainment, as well as fashion. Former First Lady Barbara Bush and first-term Clinton advisor George Stephanopoulos. Sharon Stone, David Bowie and E-Man, Michael J. Fox, Angela Bassett, and that actor of the moment, Chris O'Donnell. The superstars of fashion, Calvin Klein, Donna Karan, Ralph Lauren and his wife Ricky, Todd Oldham and Tom Ford. Also on hand, Patricia Underwood, Pauline Trigger, Jeffrey Banks, Yo Lee, Cynthia Rowley, Richard Tyler, Betsy Johnson and Louis Del Olio. The ceremony started with actress Lauren Hutton presenting an accessory award to her friend, Elsa Peretti.
And I remember telling her on a dark, rainy night on Fifth Avenue, not far from Tiffany's, that she was too good not to pursue it.
I'm Italian. Best I'm Italian, but I became what I am in this country.
Broadway's Diana Brill and actress Mary Louise Wilson and fashion's Andre Leontali gave the Perry Ellis Awards for New Talent. Daryl Kerrigan won Best Women's Wear Designer for her Daryl K collections, while Jean Meyer took home honours for his menswear. Carrie Sigerson and Miranda Morrison made it for accessories. They had lots of thanks, but especially for their husbands.
They have put up with a lot, they haven't seen a dime, and they can't even wear the shoes.
Amy Spindler received the Eugenia Shepherd Award for journalism, while this special award for furthering fashion as art and culture went to Richard Martin and Harold Coder. Martin and Coder are the curators of the Costume Institute at New York's Metropolitan Museum of Art. Their exhibits have touched on everything from underwear to the current 50-year Christian Dior retrospective.
Some believe that art resides in painting and sculpture. We perceive beauty, identity, body, and creativity as natural to fashion.
The Humanitarian Award for Leadership went to Kenneth Cole for his work in the fight against AIDS. It was presented to him by his friend, Sharon Stone. Vienna's Helmut Lang won the International Award. Artist Jennifer Holzer both praised Lang for his clothes and accepted the statue on his behalf. Ralph Lauren won his 4th CFDA Award. This time it was for his menswear, clothes that reflect his life.
If you had seen the scene as I was coming over in the car with my family, you wouldn't say we were so cool. I got in with my kids and we talked about boots and we talked about that I'm wearing the wrong shoes and I should go back and get my other boots.
Former supermodel and actress E-Man presented Donna Karan with the Women's Wear Designer of the Year award. After an 8-year break from photo shoots, E-Man announced she did Karan's spring ad campaign.
And at this point, to convince me to slip into a slinky evening dress and lay on a rock in the desert for 3 days, the clothes better be good. And they were.
Karan praised the team effort of her co-workers.
I could not be here tonight if it were not for the most incredible, supportive talent that I have around me day and night. And I do mean, as you all know, day and night.
Former First Lady Barbara Bush gave Arnold Scassi a Lifetime Achievement Award. Mrs. Bush thanked him for making her glamorous.
I love Arnold Scassi for his style, for his creativity, for his devotion to literacy, and especially for his great friendship. For all of us, but especially his clients, Arnold has made the world more colorful, more interesting, and yes, certainly more glamorous.
I only ever wanted to design beautiful clothes, and tonight you made me think that maybe I've accomplished what I set out to do. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Coming up, the spring collection from the Women's Wear Designer of the Year. Meet Donna Karan and see why she's one of the most celebrated women designers in the world when we return.
Style is brought to you by Cotton Incorporated. Cotton, the fabric of our lives.
Satchel Paige once said, "Age is a question of mind over matter."
Want to have a little game?
Yeah. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter.
The feel of cotton, the fabric of our lives.
This is cotton.
You've thought about it. What would happen if you weren't here? Where would the money come from to take care of your family, their home, their education, their future? People with life insurance have the answer. Life insurance. It isn't for the people who die, it's for the people who live.
Luxottica Eyewear. What do you want people to see?
I want you to see a student and a teacher.
See refinement. I'd like you to see me. Luxottica Eyewear. Let them see you.
We do everything together. In this family, it's just me and Mom. We share responsibilities. We even share clothes. Money's tight. Everything's got to go further. Clothes have got to last, no matter how many times you wash them.
Intensified Tide Ultra 2. A unique cleaning system washes away many tough stains better than leading detergents and helps clean away the fuzz that can make cottons look old.
When clothes look new, it's like a whole new attitude.
Tide Ultra 2. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
Through Valentine's Day, Zales has the lowest prices ever on our entire selection of Diamond S jewelry. Every necklace, every bracelet. Like this 2-carat, now just $379. Our lowest price ever. Zales.
For spring, New York designer Donna Karan does a romantic, body-conscious collection filled with soft knits and sensuous satins. She layers open-work beaded sweater knits over light tube dresses. Karan cuts asymmetrical shoulders and necklines to reveal flashes of skin. Neutrals and warm earth tones make the most significant color statements. It's all part of what Karan calls a subtle Southeast Asian inspiration.
So I went to Cambodia and Vietnam, and something that was drawing me emotionally, creatively, and I fell in love with the sensitivity of the people, of their workmanship, of something from the earth. And I think that's what drew, where I drew the inspiration for this collection on. The artisan hand of what it means to really be a designer and work the body as sculpture in a sensual form. Combining the modernism with the antiquity and really working the two together.
One shoulder suits drape or wrap the body. Karan says they go from day to evening.
A jacket, anything from a simple canvas pinstripe under, over a devore dress. The simplicity and ease of dressing, and then taking the masculine and the feminine, which I think is what Donna Karan is really all about. Taking the feminine on the inside and throwing it with a masculine edge.
How important are dresses?
The foundation of it, whether it's dresses or two pieces, but it's the whole feminine that really enlivens what the collection is about, and what you put on top of it, whether it's a leather coat, whether it's a pinstripe suit, canvas, just about anything. It becomes an incredible foil for dresses, or just absolutely alone.
What are the colors?
Earthen colors. Tremendous love for brown. Taking the coloration from fall, because I don't think fashion is about seasons any longer. It's just great clothes that work from season in and season out. The navies, the browns, the coppers, the skin colors, very earthen in feeling. But the darknesses, I find very mysterious and very sensual. It's just about the cut and where your body and your skin become really important to the use of dark.
What about for evening?
The body stocking continues for evening. They're all about elements. It's not like one thing. It's how they interrelate together and how they layer. And it's a new kind of layering, not layering of heavy and overpowering, but a layer of ease.
That's Donna Karan with her spring collection. Now let's take a look at the work of the International Award winner. Vienna designer Helmut Lang builds his spring collection around the sash. He uses white or brightly colored sashes as belts and adds them to jackets, trousers, tunics, shirts, and even dresses. Lang says contrasting bands of color light up neutral dressing. He leaves out transparency this season. Instead, he makes soft layering an essential.
I would say there's a festive mood, but the festive mood is quite different from what we know. It's like about a very relaxed attitude, but the desire to be elegant. And that means very monochrome colors. That means a lot of black, a lot of beige, white. That means very strong red, very strong yellow, a very strong color, but always not a mix of colors, one color in one piece on one dress. That means less transparency, or nearly no transparency. That means no see-through, very subtle, layering of a lot of silk over underdresses who have silk linings and then are covered with muslin and silk. It's more expensive fabrics. It's festive attitude.
And close to the body?
It depends. Jersey is closer to the body, not elastic fabrics, bias cut still, but not so close to the body. It's body conscious, but it's not torturing you.
Sounds as though dresses are important.
They are very important this season, but at the same time, you know, like trousers and jackets are the same important because it's just the basic thing we are dealing with every day. So, but dresses are important as a festive thing, as something you say, okay, I want to go out, I want to look feminine, whatever your own interpretation of femininity is then, you know, and you wear a dress for special reasons because mostly on the day, most of women, I think, wear trousers and a jacket.
Now, the suit and the jackets, what's the shape, the new shape for spring?
They're very, very classical. They're very tailored. They're kind of fluid when they're in crepe fabrics. They're very light, nearly, you can nearly feel the body through when they're in a kind of very elaborated nylon. They're very tailored. I would say tailored is the right word.
That's Helmut Lang with his spring collection. Coming up, a look back at more than 40 years of work from New York's Arnold Scassi. Scassi is the CFDA's Lifetime Achievement Award winner. See the exhibition that chronicled his career after this.
I'm Lauren Sidney. Next week on Showbiz Today, Friends star Matthew Perry on his new film, Fools Rush In. Also, Bridget Fonda tells us how she feels about touch. That's next week, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 Pacific on CNN.
As soon as your baby rolls over, you rush out and buy the walker, the jumpy thing, the expensive stretch diapers.
But then you realize what you should have bought
Was a leash.
And these new stretch diapers from Love's with stretchy sides to help stop those little gaps.
And when your kids get wild, Love's work on leaks as well as fancy boy-girl diapers. But Love's cost less.
Every day without coupons. With the money you save, go out to dinner. Let someone else chase your kids.
Hey, live and learn, and then get Love's. New Love's Stretch.
A mother's hands have the power to comfort and soothe. With Vicks Vapor Rub, they even have the power to help relieve a cold. Just massage some into your child's neck and chest. Our medicated vapors are released by your touch, and these ease congestion, reduce coughing, and make breathing easier. All it takes is a mother's touch and Vicks Vapor Rub. One powerful combination. Vicks Vapor Rub, cold relief in the palm of your hand.
There is a need in all of us, a need to get back to our beginnings. There is a way. There is Biolage, with purifying botanicals and herbal extracts to rejuvenate your hair as soothing aromas clear your mind. Biolage, hydrating shampoo and conditioning balm from Matrix, expanding the salon experience. Discover the renewing power of Biolage hydrating shampoo and conditioning balm for only $10 at your Matrix salon.
This Sunday on National Geographic Explorer, the popular sport of sumo has taken Japan by storm. Sumo, Dance of the Gargantuans, National Geographic Explorer. Sunday, 7 Eastern, only on TBS Destination Sunday.
It amazes me, you know, I mean, I can't believe that I've been, you know, working for all those years, for those 43 years or whatever it is. And I don't know, I'm sort of overwhelmed by it.
New York's Arnold Scassi is this year's Lifetime Achievement Award winner from the Council of Fashion Designers of America. In addition to the award, Scassi celebrated the joy of dressing up in an exhibition at New York's Historical Society. Both the award and the exhibit pay tribute to more than 4 decades spent dressing the rich and famous. Among his celebrity clients, Barbara Bush, Barbara Streisand, Mary Tyler Moore, Blaine Trump, and Gayfried Steinberg.
I think probably women come to me because I give them something that is special. I want them to look exciting. I want them to be noticed, but I don't want them to be noticed because they look strange or too jazzy or whatever. And even when I'm doing something for a star, like say for Aretha Franklin or Barbara Streisand, I still want them to look sensational because that's what it's about in the theater, but never losing the fact or the feeling that they are women underneath it all.
Scassi, who's originally from Montreal, started his career in New York in the early 50s. His first big break came in 1954.
General Motors was doing an ad campaign called Body by Fisher. And they had beautiful girls all draped around the new cars. And so I was asked if I wanted to do some of those clothes, and I said, I'd love to.
Over the past 43 years, Scassi estimates he's done nearly 450 collections and 18,000 fittings. He says his design process always starts with the fabrics.
Fabrics have changed over the years, obviously, because the beautiful cut velvets and the wonderful silks and the brocades are almost unavailable today because, you know, there aren't the craftsmen to make them anymore.
What's been the biggest change in fashion over the years?
I think the biggest change is that people are not as interested in dressing up. The reason why I call the exhibition The Joy of Dressing Up was to show how much fun we had getting dressed.
Scassi says he's dressed many famous brides, and it's usually been a challenge.
Brides are very difficult to deal with, and I'll tell you why, because they come, and they usually come in a sort of a t-shirt and a pair of blue jeans, and they're wonderful, young, pretty-looking girls, and then they say, I want to look like a fairy princess. So you have to imagine what they're going to look like as a fairy princess. Most brides, and I think it's almost a rule, get very scared as the date gets closer and closer. It's a very important day. It's probably the most important day in her life.
That's CFDA Lifetime Achievement Award winner Arnold Scassi. There's more ahead, including the spring collection from a young new talent. Daryl Kerrigan won the Perry Ellis Award for Women's Wear from the CFDA. The Daryl K. Spring Collection when we come back.
To access CNN Interactive on the World Wide Web, call 1-800-WORLD-NET, extension CNN, for free internet software.
Here, do something. So you guys are having spaghetti for dinner?
Life moves pretty fast. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, stop. Look around. This is the good stuff.
The look, the feel of cotton. How's that? The fabric of our lives.
This is cotton.
Luxottica Eyewear. What do you want people to see?
I want you to see a student and a teacher.
See refinement. I'd like you to see me. Luxottica Eyewear. Let them see you.
Tokyo, Singapore, Rio de Janeiro, Rome, Berlin, or New York. Daryl Kerrigan loves all cities. What's more, they're the inspiration for her Daryl K collection. For spring, the Dublin-born Kerrigan blends several street themes into outfits that are sophisticated yet relaxed. Kerrigan moved to Manhattan 10 years ago. She started her career doing costumes for films, but 5 years ago she opened her own boutique and now sells her clothes internationally. Kerrigan says a modern woman wants the same clothes no matter where she lives.
She wants clothes at work for her everyday life. I think women want that kind of thing. They love stretch fabrics that they're comfortable but also look great, and easy maintenance. Because what I feel is that in the city, you walk down a street and you have like influences just coming at you. You hear music, like a car will go by and you'll hear like Puerto Rican music, and and that gives you one feeling, and that might spark off a memory of something. I love like the street fashion of, I guess it's kind of homeboy kind of look.
Pants are important.
Pants are important, yeah, this year, but also skirts. Pants are always great and you always need them. But I think because you need the pants so much, you need a skirt as well. When you're feeling maybe you want to be a little more feminine.
Kerrigan believes women should always wear something that suits their personal style. She tells me one of her favorite looks this season has a touch of the Wild West.
I really love this this kind of buttery coloured micro gabardine suit that's like got a little hint of a man's suit feeling in it, but it's styled like a Western suit. It's got like a little bit of gold trim on the pockets in a kind of a Western S curve.
How would you characterize the dresses you design?
The dresses for this season are really much more, the line is softer, there's a little more fabric, it's more fluid, like slightly kind of liquid, a little swishy feeling in the fabrics.
Kerrigan plays with tone on tone when it comes to colour. She says monochromatic is clean, but it needs a twist.
Like a flash of an unusual colour, but just a streak of it. Like maybe there's just a little piece of it that just pops out, and it's just a little flash of colour somewhere.
That's Daryl Kerrigan with the Daryl K Spring Collection. That style from the 1996 CFDA Awards. Please stay tuned for all the news as CNN Weekend continues. Next week, I'll be back with more exciting spring fashions. In New York, Isaac Mizrahi's salute to the leotard. Milan's Lei Copan with a colourful collection inspired by modern art. Fashion from Matsuda. And designer Yukio Kobayashi's modern mix of man-made fibres. Until then, thank you for joining me with Style. I'm Elsa Klensch.
Monday on Larry King Live. Jack Kemp tells us what he's up to now and his plans for 2000. Monday night, 9 Eastern on CNN.
Winter got you down. 4 out of 5 doctors recommend a new Nissan from Wendell to fight those tough winter blues. Wendell has the largest selection of Nissans in the Inland Northwest. And for a limited time, $99 down and $285 a month. You can melt your worries away with a hot deal on a Wendell Nissan Pathfinder with CD player, on-the-fly 4-wheel drive, and air conditioning. Or choose a 97 Wendell Nissan Sentra for just $99 down and $145 a month. Hurry into Wendell Nissan at the Division Y and drive your cure for the winter blues home today.
What is a futon? A really cool place to sleep, or maybe just a lounge? Okay, now you know what they are. Where do you get one? That's easy. You go to Comfort World. They have a selection that's huge. Different colors, different styles, different levels of comfort. Hey, we're not talking no paper-thin mattress here. So, make the connection. You want comfort? Go to Comfort World. You want a futon? Go to Comfort World.
In stock, in style, and on sale. Futons from Comfort World.
If you're seeking information about investing, attend the first annual Investor Expo 97 at the Red Lion Inn downtown on February 15th. There will be several free seminars on the most proficient investment topics and dozens of informative exhibits featuring top local and national securities companies, mutual funds, money managers, and more. Investor Expo 97 is sponsored by Washington Trust Bank and Washington Water Power. For more information, pick up a flyer at Washington Trust. Attend Investor Expo 97 February 15th at the Red Lion.
Problems can end, but an ended life does not begin again. Do you know what steps to take if you suspect someone is suicidal?
You should. You can help prevent the tragedy of suicide by providing hope, offering help, and knowing who to call.
If someone you know is giving hints about suicide, death, or dying, contact First Call for Help at 838-4428.
This is one secret you don't want to keep. Your action may mean the difference between life and death.
This is CNN.